Hi, my name is Amanda Estes, and I am performing my interview on my mother, Kim C. And she and I do not live in the same town, so I have her on FaceTime on my phone, and I'm recording with my iPad. She's going to give me a verbal consent for the release form for the use of photograph or video usage of the Ethno Heritage Assignment. Mom, do you just want to say your name?
Kimberly C.
Okay, and what's your address?
112 Redwood Drive, Bono, Arkansas, 72416.
Okay, and the consent is that you hereby give permission to Amanda to use your video or photo material taken of your interview of the ethno heritage of our family. The photos and videotape material will also be used for class purposes and for the presentation of the information on Blackboard. Only my professor and AP will have access to this video. As with all voluntary consent, I may at any time withdraw permission for photos or video footage of me to be used in the assignment. Do you agree to all of that?
I do agree.
Okie doke. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So now we're going to get into the interview. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, let's see if I can get it to work here. Okay.
Perfect.
Good? Okay. So the first question is, what is your ethnic background? What is your country of origin?
Me personally?
Yes.
Okay. I was born in the United States of America in Chicago, Illinois. And
What religion were you born into?
Christian.
Okay. And is that like denominational?
Church of Christ,
Okay.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. And what number are you in generations in the U.S.? Do you know?
Yes. Fourth, I believe.
Okay. And how do you maintain your health?
With regular checkups and diagnostic testing, ultrasounds, mammograms, and blood work to check my cholesterol and my liver function and all that.
Okay. How do you protect your health?
I quit smoking, best thing ever, 7 years ago. And I try to watch what I eat. I'm not very successful sometimes, and I drink more water than I used to. But I'm a sweet tea girl, born and bred, so it's kind of hard. But I don't drink soda anymore, so I think that is an accomplishment of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I try. Right now, I'm in nursing school, so the exercise has kind of come to a stop.
I certainly understand that.
Yes.
Do you use any home remedies to restore your health when you're sick?
I just made chicken soup yesterday. I also had a flu shot last week. And not too many home remedies, just chicken soup and take care of myself.
Lots of water,
Wash
right?
my hands.
Wash. How do your religious beliefs define birth? That's a little confusing, huh?
From the mother's womb.
Okay. Well, I think that they might be getting at, like, is it from conception, like,
Yes.
Or
Yes.
is it, you know?
I mean, it can be conception. I mean,
I don't know. Well, they don't say life, they say birth.
they don't say adoption or anything. I think they mean birth. So I would say conception.
Okay.
Yes.
How do your religious beliefs define illness?
When you're not 100% yourself, if you have an infection or an illness, I guess.
There's another. We need to back up for just a second. I didn't ask you all of the question, and that might help clarify. For the previous question, it was how do your religious or spiritual beliefs define birth, and what rituals accompany this event?
A man and a woman are married, and they have a relationship, and they have children. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, I think that, like, culturally, like, obviously most people in this country go to the hospital and,
Oh, yes.
they have their baby, but some people have their children at home, and some people eat their placenta, and, there's lots of different rituals. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So you don't have any of those specific rituals in your religion?
No, just going to the hospital.
Okay.
To protect mother and child if needed, as a precautionary thing.
So back to the other question. Sorry, we're jumping around a little.
It's okay.
How do your religious or spiritual beliefs define illness, and what rituals accompany this event? So, like, recently I read about the Hispanic population. Whenever they're ill, traditional Hispanic people think that illness is actually a punishment from God.
Right.
So do you have anything like
that? I think that the body has an immune system, and it gets attacked by germs, and that is illness.
So you do go to church every week, and you do have a ritual I know of. So I'm going to steer you a little bit in that way. You pray when people are ill, or when people are born, and so that would be a spiritual act that you do when people are ill, or
correct.
That sort of thing.
I believe God has a big part in. He is the great physician to me. I mean, it's His will, not our own.
Yeah.
But medicine can certainly enhance those things.
Of course. And I think that that's kind of, I don't know, from what I've been reading and the discussion boards with my peers, it seems like a lot of people believe, you follow modern medicine, but you also have that spiritual component too. Let's see, the next would be, how do your religious or spiritual beliefs define healing, and what rituals accompany that event?
How does it define healing?
Healing.
Yeah. Well, I believe that you can pray to God, and that there is a higher power, a higher being in charge, and that it does make a difference in our lives, in our health, and the outcome of an illness. So, excuse me.
Do you believe in miracles?
Absolutely, every day. You are my miracle. One of them.
Okay. So, do you have anything else about healing? Okay. So the last question is, how do your religious or spiritual beliefs define death, and what rituals accompany this event?
I believe that death is a part of life, and that when you pass from this life, that it is God's gift that you were here, and that you impact lives while you are here, and that when death does come, that there is another place that you go, that there is a beyond this life, and that the things that we do in this life and believe in this life, if we are under the instruction of Christ, that we are going to see those that have passed on before again. And I really believe that just because you pray for something doesn't mean that God is like a genie and you rub a lamp and that things come true. We are going to have trials. We are going to lose those close to us. But I believe that we have to consider the time that they were in our lives a gift. And that there is something beyond this life.
Okay. What denomination do you affiliate with, or are you a member of now?
I guess Baptist, Christian.
Okay. And in the Baptist faith, do you know what your kind of official stance is on like cremation versus burial? Is there like
they think either is fine.
Okay. And you personally believe either is fine?
Absolutely. Because the body is just a shell for the spirit and the person. And once you're gone, you're going back to dust, no matter what. It doesn't matter if it's in seconds or years or whatever happens. But yeah, I believe that either is fine.
Do you have anything else with death rituals that you want to talk about?
I know this sounds silly, but in my time in the nursing home, it was a ritual when we lost a patient to open the window and put a Bible on the bed. And this was said to let the spirit out. And I got into, I was in housekeeping and we took care of that. So, I did what I was instructed, but it kind of seemed like a nice thing.
Sometimes we don't know what to do, and it's nice to have a ritual.
Right, yeah. It's just, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it just made me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
to acknowledge the past.
Family feel like they released their loved one from that confined space that they were in for so long. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes they were there for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think that it's important to say goodbye? Do you think that that was kind of a way to say goodbye?
Defining goodbye can be a very personal thing with that person. Sometimes you're not able to. I was not with my father when he passed away, and I was not with my mother, evidently, when she passed away. So I think we have to have a closure of sorts and say goodbye in our heart and our mind.
Yeah.
And I believe that you can say goodbye either in person or in spirit.
Okay. Well, thank you, Mom, for doing this interview.
You are welcome. I hope this helps you in your studies.
Thanks.